Hi, I'm LaDios Muhammad with Intimate Conversations. Intimate Conversations is where we bring our guests on here to tell their intimate stories that will help motivate, inspire, or encourage you to be your better self. Today's special guest is LaRica Matthers. She is a romantic enhancement consultant. Is that correct?
That's correct. Romance enhancement consultant.
And today's topic is going to be called Sex at 50 with Orgasms. What's that face for?
Orgasms. Excites me.
So LaRica here, she's a very dear friend of mine. We've been friends since high school, and she's come upon a passion, something she's very passionate about, which is sex. Something that a lot of people are very taboo to talk about, especially when it comes to orgasms, when it comes to masturbation, when it comes to self-pleasure. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And so, LaRica, tell the audience a little bit about yourself. How did you come about to be this romantic enhancement consultant?
Sure. Thank you for having me today.
You're welcome.
As she mentioned, I do have a passion of talking about sex, but I'm LaRica Matthers. I'm out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Mm-hmm. I'm very happy to be here to speak with you today. I took on this type of expertise at a young age, just exploring it and whatnot, of course. But in 2009, I came across a company called Pure Romance. And Pure Romance is based out of Loveland, Ohio. Loveland, Ohio, get it?
We have a Loveland here.
Do you?
Yeah, there's a Loveland, Colorado.
Love is everywhere. And I'm a consultant with them because it helps me to discuss these things. And Pure Romance is a company that has products, romance enhancement products. And the way that we discuss these products is by having in-home parties for women. We have products that cater to romance enhancement in the areas of sexual health, bath and beauty products, and of course lingerie. And this is a company that's been around since the early 90s, started by Patty Brisman. Mm-hmm. Well, this company allows me to help women to feel more comfortable in the area of sex, and I thought it was a great opportunity for me to finally be able to talk about it without you know how you can only talk about it when you're talking in deep conversations with your friends. Mm-hmm. So since 2009, it's helped me to get in the heads of women, in the homes of women, in the bedrooms of women, to help them overcome their fears and insecurities about sex. And it really is a great company, and I really am happy to be a consultant with them. And I don't think I'll ever stop doing this. Mm-hmm. And when I was younger, I listened to Dr. Ruth a lot. She was a great inspiration to me. Thank you so much, Dr. Ruth, for your candidness and just frankness about the whole subject. And that helped me be more comfortable. But Pure Romance is an outlet that also provides that opportunity.
Well, doing what you do and selling toys and sex, I think I love how you emphasize health and getting into the bedrooms of women, because there's a lot of things that's taboo, like masturbating and orgasms. And we did pick the topic Sex at 50 with Sex at 50 and orgasm, because of course I just turned 50. Yay. And so, getting older, do you find that orgasms get exemplified or they go down? What's the cause? Is it health? Is it hormonal? What do you do in this instance when women are transitioning, their bodies are changing? Even sometimes you have a baby and your body changing, you can't, obtain that pleasure.
Yeah, that's a great question. Mm-hmm. I find that each stage of our lives requires a different us. So the person I was in my teens is not the person that I am today. And consequently, with the desires that you have in your teens would not be the desires that you have today. So what I found over the years is that in your teenage years, when you're not really discussing this on a regular basis or being educated about sex or orgasms on a regular basis, it's more of an exploratory thing. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times, for men and women, we explore things through pornography because that really is the only thing that's going to teach us. Also, it can excite some, of course.
Yeah.
So in your your teens and your early 20s, it's more of an exploring stage, and you might not know what you like, so you explore all kinds of stuff. So now you come into another stage, your 30s.
Yeah.
And in your 30s, you found that, hey, I like this in my 20s. Let's see if we can go a little bit further. So you went into another exploratory stage, but you're also into an experience stage from your teens and your 20s. Also, when you get to your 40s, it's the same thing. Now you may be interested in some things you have not explored before, and you may want to get a little more daring and dangerous. Not truly dangerous, but you know what I mean. Kinky, freaky, whatever.
She's a super freak, she's super freaky.
And at 50, I've found that you're at a level of comfort where you can now communicate these things. You can communicate your desires and be a little more explorative. But at 50, I definitely think that you're at a seriously high comfort zone that is not present when you're in your teens, 20s, and 30s. So having orgasms is still attainable. You find more ways to achieve that, and you get more comfortable with achieving it.
Something you said I thought was really important. You said communicating. In your 20s, were you able to communicate the needs you wanted to be pleasured in the bedroom and obtain an orgasm? Because what I found is there's a high percentage, and you may know this percentage offhand, of women who never experienced an orgasm, don't even know what it's like. Like, we were having a conversation last night, and we said, have you ever had an orgasm? And one of the ladies said, I would like to think I have. And I was like, no, you would know that you had one, So my thing is being able to communicate that. Were you able to communicate that when you were younger versus when you were older? I found that when I got in my late 30s, into my early 40s, I was like, I like this. Touch me here, do this to arouse me. What's going on? When you're educating people with that.
Awesome. Well, there are 3 ways that I've been educated on of how women orgasm: clitorally, vaginally, and a G-spot orgasm. Splash. So,
wait, tell us about the splash.
We'll get to that. Right now, we're going to focus on clitoral orgasm because, in fact, the statistic on that is that a vast majority of women have their first orgasm through clitoral stimulation, and not all the time with a partner. I did not have my first orgasm with a partner. Well, the partner was me. So I had my first orgasm with myself, and at a very young age, and I didn't know that that's what I was doing at the time, but one of my personalities decided to make this happen, and it was through clitoral stimulation. There is a statistic that I do want to mention, because a lot of times women want to have an orgasm with a partner, which is a great thing to do, but it's also important to have an orgasm with yourself first so that you know what you're achieving when it comes to having it with your partner. But 71% of women do not orgasm with their partners. 29% do, and most men orgasm every time. Most men, I can't say all, because men after 50, but we'll get to that another day. So with regard to clitoral stimulation, that is how a vast majority of women have their orgasms, and that's what I would like to focus on today, because that is an area. Now, some of my Christian saints would say that it's the devil's doorbell.
Or Muslims, or any religious sector that they found that masturbation is not a good thing.
Right.
It's very sinful.
Yeah, they would call it the devil's doorbell, and I say get your bell rung. But I just feel like that whatever, if you are part of an religious organization, that that part, I believe strongly, we were given for our natural form of stress relief, because God knew we were going to have these kids, and we were going to have these men, and we were going to need a natural form of stress relief, and he gave it to us. So clitoral stimulation, I think, is
so you said there was 3, so I heard clitoral,
vaginal, and the G-spot.
The G-spot, the splash.
Yeah, the clitoral orgasm is what I like to talk to most, is because most women have their first orgasm through clitoral stimulation, and as we develop in those stages of growth and development through our each stage of life, we get more comfortable with having orgasms of another type. So.
And why is it that some women have such a hard time obtaining an orgasm? I mean, there's some women have never experienced an orgasm ever, and I find that unimaginable.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a good question too. So what I found is that at an early age, it's not a comfort, you're not in a comfort zone when you first start having sex. You're kind of embarrassed. You don't want to get on top of the man because he's looking at you. And, you know, we have all kinds of things to settle those fears, but that's a reality that you're going to have fears and insecurities when you're first beginning a new thing. And that's not only with sex, that's with riding a bike, doing your hair, putting on your eyelashes, I won't say that. Oral sex, you know. These things you're not going to be comfortable with. Why? Because nobody's sitting around saying, okay, let's all have a conversation on how to have sex and orgasm when you do. Nobody's having that conversation with you, so you're left to learn on your own. And nobody wants to feel like they failed at something. So a lot of times, you know, from the movies that it's this stuff, right? So you fake it till you make it. And hey, he don't know if you're having an orgasm, so oh my God, yes! Did you have one or no? Now, you can get to a heightened state of arousal,
right,
and that can sometimes feel like an orgasm. But it is important to, if it's something that you do want to achieve, for some women, it may not be important.
Right.
But I think that having an orgasm is beneficial to you. And the reason I say that is because a lot of things in life, even when you're young, can cause stress and build up cortisol levels in your body. And any doctor, and some of my nurses and doctors can chime in, but they will tell you that high levels of cortisol in your body can really damage your body, and stress causes those high levels. Well, when you have an orgasm, it releases these hormones, and a lot of us refer to the slang happy hormones that eliminate those cortisol levels. And I want to say oxytocin. I think it is oxytocin.
That sounds about right.
Okay, oxytocin is released when you have an orgasm, and it brings down those levels of cortisol.
Right.
So if you're not having an orgasm because of uncomfortability, fear, I don't know how, or insecurities, then I'm here to show you some products that would help you achieve orgasm effortlessly, so that you'll know what it feels like, and it'll also encourage you to explore other ways of achieving orgasm, so that at any time you're having stress, whether it's schoolwork, whether you just had a baby and the baby's crying in the middle of the night, but you're used to sleeping in the middle of the night, making bottles, changing diapers, or you just had an argument with somebody, or you're just not feeling quite right. This is a way for you to naturally reduce your stress. And I'm not a doctor, so if you're feeling totally stressed out, I do encourage you to seek medical advice and attention for that.
Would this release be the same as if you worked out and get those awesome endorphins? Like, is this along the same lines? Because people is like, why don't I just go work out? Some people will practice celibacy, and that may include not even pleasuring themselves. You know what I mean? And they're like, I'll just work out and I get the endorphins. So would you be that's comparable to a workout, a strenuous workout? Or
No. I'm so sorry. Working out is not equivalent to me as an orgasm, but having an orgasm or trying to achieve one is equivalent to working out, I will say. But I'm not going to knock working out, because that's also a form of stress relief. A lot of people do that, and it does release happy hormones when you work out. So if working out is your thing, if you're practicing celibacy, but that's not really what I'm talking about today. So if you practice celibacy, you might want to exit stage left now, honey, because that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about getting your masturbation on and having an orgasm for show.
So you brought some toys. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, before you get on this toy, so you're in a room full of women. What's the most women you had that you had to do a presentation to?
I would say about 25.
Do you find that there has to be at least one who's like really shy, who doesn't want to do anything? How do you make them feel comfortable with having these parties? I call them educational parties.
Yeah, it's a good
How do you make them feel comfortable? Because sometimes they're like a wallflower back in the corner, and they'll be like, that's nasty. Or so a lot of innuendos and taboos come when you're growing up. So presenting this to someone who's never been exposed to it, what's your process?
Good question. A lot of times I do have parties with women that are a little apprehensive to talk about it, or they don't want to put their business in the street, and it's not necessary at the parties. My parties are to educate and empower you to be knowledgeable about the products that can help you personally. So just by discussing the products and what they do and how they're beneficial to you, each woman decides what's good for her. And what's good for one woman is not going to be necessarily what's good for the other. And also at our parties, after we demonstrate the products, we have a private ordering room so that now we can take it a little bit deeper. If you have a question that wasn't addressed at the party, we can now address it in private so that you're more comfortable in a private setting versus having everyone know, your intimate details or secrets or questions or concerns. So that is something that we do take very seriously, the privacy of others, and we never discuss your intimate details with anyone else. It's always confidential, and I do find that every woman is different, so the private setting for the ordering afterwards on products that are going to work for you personally is very important. So Pure Romance does prohibit, discussing people's business, and they do definitely encourage and demand that we have a private area where we can talk to customers individually.
Okay, so before you bring on these awesome products, okay. So playing devil's advocate here, some people might say, okay, but if I'm using toys in masturbation, that can desensitize me from actually wanting intimacy because now I'm codependent on this toy to obtain this orgasm. For me, that's not so much, but for others, it's like someone who watches porn so much that the actual act is not even thrilling anymore. How do you target that or deal with that, because that could be a valid question.
Yes, and it's definitely a reality. A reality is that for clitoral stimulation, your clitoris has 8,000 nerve endings, and I think that you can get used to a certain thing, and I think that you can overdo it. So I can't. I'm not ever gonna overdo it. But
this is why I brought her here.
But speaking in terms of getting desensitized, and some people have mentioned that more times than one.
Okay.
With clitoral stimulation, if you find that our products have different speeds, different pulses, different vibrations to help you achieve orgasm. So if one way you've worn out and blown out the box, switch to another frequency. It's just like being around people. Hey, you're getting on my nerves. I'm gonna move to a different frequency. Okay. So our products allow you to change up your frequency. So now. You're gonna need a break sometimes if you're wearing it out 3 times a day. Now come on, too much of a good thing can kill you. But you can switch it up, and if you find that you're getting desensitized or you have been doing it too much, just give yourself a break a couple days, baby, or try something different, and you'll find that you'll still be able to achieve orgasm. All things aren't for everybody, and what I love about Pure Romance is we have such a huge line of products. It'll cater to every need, no matter if you're wanting to do vaginal things, G-spot things, or clitoral things, or even things with the partner.
Yeah. Okay, so we were about to bring on these awesome products that you're going to bring in. You're going to explain to everyone. And then, of course, I'm going to be asking questions because that's what I do. This is an intimate conversation about being 50, sex at 50, and orgasms. Okay. And I definitely want to talk about the age range of women that you deal with. And do you deal with some men at sometimes?
Yes. We do have products for men, just to take a sidebar for that. And our products for men include one of our top sellers is called Coochie. So Coochie, didn't bring that today, get that on my flight. But Coochie is a product that has been a staple of Pure Romance. It's our #1 seller. It's a shave cream that doubles as a conditioner. If you ever get irritation when you shave, get your underarms, your intimate area, your legs, wherever, your face, this helps eliminate that irritation. It doesn't allow you to get the razor bumps that arrive after you've shaved, and it really conditions your skin with some emollients that really help to bring about the smoothness. Also, it doubles as a hair conditioner, and as you can see, I use it, of course.
So they call it Coochie, so I'm sure there's a reason for that. Catch your name. How many men would you say order that product?
A vast majority of men order the product because, especially since we now have fragrances that cater to men. We have a fragrance called Titan, and we have a fragrance called Oak and Amber that it's a newer fragrance. And these are more masculine, and not just for the men. You know, the women that identify with the male gender also like these products. So we have, you know, all of that is inclusive in our products. So that is our number one seller, which I don't have today.
Let's bring on a product.
Okay.
Okay.
The first product I'd like to discuss is called Basic Instinct. This is our sex attractant, and it's infused with pheromones. And pheromones pretty much work with your body's own chemistry to trigger a chemical reaction that attracts one person to another.
Can I smell that?
Oh God,
Does it smell
yes.
good?
Put some on.
Okay. That does smell good.
And don't be surprised if your honey,
Mr. King.
Mr. King, King James.
That smells delicious.
Yes.
Nice.
Now it doesn't smell the same on everyone. Like when I put it on me, it might smell different than what it smells like.
It
Exchange
works.
smells, Shelly. Does it smell the same on you?
I don't know, but I think you have some
Oh, I
perfume
do.
on, so it might be like a layer.
Yeah,
But you
now
can-
that's a good thing too. You can also wear it along with your regular fragrance that you love. And it's for men and women. But honey, when
smells
you're ready to go out on the town, are you ready to attract that something, or you want to throw it down when you get home with your special someone? Put this on and you might have an experience that's out of this world. I mention this because there is what's called a sexual response cycle. And in the sexual response cycle, the first stage of that is attraction and desire, right?
Right.
You want to be attracted to a thing before you desire a thing. And of course, all of that leads to other things.
Well, with this working with your personal hormones, would that oil balance out you to attract someone who's actually attracted to your individual hormone? So it's kind of like a radar kind of thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you wouldn't be like Joe over here, but it would be definitely Jerry over there.
It might be Joe and Jerry keeping it on the very well. It could be Sherry and Jill. Hey, you can't determine the sex on this thing. But what I can say is,
So it can be unisex, so you can attract girls and men.
Right,
That's
you can attract what you want and what you don't want.
There you go.
But it attracts from all the way across the room. And the most comment you'll hear is, you smell good. Or you'll see, from way across the room.
Right.
But this is also a great seller that we have.
How much does that cost?
This is $34 a bottle.
Okay.
And it comes in a little bottle like this. It's a roll-on, and it lasts and goes a long way. So it's
oil?
called Basic Instinct.
And just a little dab is all you need, huh?
Just a little dab, but do you? And what
usually,
you do, you put it on your pulse point.
Yeah,
You
I was
put it
gonna say
behind
that.
your ear.
Yeah.
Honey, so if you want to go out, you're the only one dancing on the floor all over with everybody crowding around you. It's a good thing to have.
Nice.
My aunt, she calls it draw all men unto me potion. You can call it what you want. It's a sex attractant though. So happy to introduce you.
Right. Okay, let's do some more.
All right, so moving on to orgasms, and we have again a whole line of products, lotions, we have oil, we have body fragrances, all these things. And if you like, I can send you a copy of our flip book. It's an electronic digital catalog for you to look through.
Nice.
Or you can always go to the website, PureRomance.com/LaRica Matthers to see the products that we have available. So since we've been talking so heavily about clitoral stimulation,
Yes.
these are the products that I'm gonna bring about right now. There is a product called Womanizer.
Ooh.
Now, this product has been on the market probably for about a year now,
Okay.
a little longer. They bring it out and about, but now we have it as a regular product. And the good thing about our products, I don't remember back in the day, if you remember, there was always batteries you would need, your AA child.
Oh, wow.
But now we have the USB cords where you're able
Yay.
to
How
charge
fun.
up your batteries. This is waterproof, so you can get a little rub-a-dub-dub in the tub, honey. Don't feel like you gotta be alone. Bring your partner with you, child.
Okay, so
But
is it already
this
charged
plus-
up?
It's already charged up,
Okay.
but you just charge it when you are after use. You'll charge it, and the directions on the box or the bag will tell you.
How you turn this on?
I'll show you.
Okay.
It'll tell you, how you can identify when your product is charged up. I just wanted to mention that these are USB chargers now.
Oh, they're
We've
evolving.
risen up to the modern times.
Yeah.
All right.
That's the worst to have your bullet or vibrator or whatever. And
Go
then
out.
the batteries, you're like, dang, my batteries are dead.
Right. We don't want no batteries going dead.
Okay.
So this is called the Womanizer. It has a little cup, and this cup goes around your clitoris.
Oh,
You would
wow.
cup it gently on your clitoris. You turn it on by pressing there are buttons on the back. You hold them down for 3 seconds, and then the buttons on the back also determine the pulse that you're used to. What you're gonna do is take your thumb, and you're gonna put it like that.
Okay. Is it supposed to suck it or something?
Well.
Oh, I see.
Oh, is it sucking?
Is there different? Oh, okay.
Is it sucking?
Yes.
Okay.
Kind of cool.
So speaking of sucking,
how do you
don't turn it
this
off. We're not
Okay.
turning it off.
Oh, okay.
So did you feel that little beating?
Yes,
there?
I
Okay,
did.
you feel the suction, right?
Now, I've ran into some women who said they don't even know where their clitoris is. How do you show them that?
It's a conversation for the private room, sugar,
Yeah.
because you need to know where that thing is.
Yeah.
But the one way you can tell, though, honestly, is we have a product. I'm gonna turn this off in case it's interfering with our sound.
Okay.
We have some lubricants that are available that help keep things nice and slippery. And one thing I can say, if you purchase one of our lubricants, you can begin to explore that area down there. Your fingertip is a good thing to use because a lot of times also when people first learn how to masturbate, it is with their hands. You can take your finger, and the clitoris is usually positioned at the top of your vagina, and it looks like a little button if you're looking at yourself in the mirror.
Right.
And you can take your finger and just gently cross over that button,
Right.
back and forth, up and down, round and around, and you'll feel the nerve endings respond to the touch. And once you explore and you feel that is your clitoris.
Okay.
Again, I'd be happy to have a private conversation with you about it.
Have you ever
but
had
that's
to
a great
physically
question.
show someone in a private?
No.
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 Hell no.
No,
You're
ma'am.
like, that's not a part of what I'm doing.
I would if they wanted me to, but nobody's ever asked.
Okay.
Most people know where it is. They might not know how to use it, but they do know where it is.
And then what is this called again?
Okay, so this is Womanizer, and what it does is it has a sucking motion. So for those of you that like to get an oral favor every now and then, but haven't had one for a long time, Womanizer will do that for you. So you cup this part around your clitoris, and you can feel the sucking through the
suction.
just putting your thumb, right? So as it's sucking, there also is like a beating. It's a air. It's air, like an air.
Like a pulsation?
Yeah, pulsation. So it feels like you're getting sucked and licked at the same time. It's
Nice.
really, really awesome. Orgasm in 3.5 seconds is what I call it, because that's what's going to happen.
Oh,
So
nice.
this product is available on our website or available through me. I ship directly.
And her
But-
information will be in the details below.
Perfect.
I'll definitely have all that.
Thank you.
Yes, for sure.
But this is a product that I do highly recommend. If you've had an oral favor and you know what that feels like and you like it, this is a great product to have. And this will quickly bring you to the orgasm that you'd like to achieve. And you'll be hollering, amen. But yeah, Womanizer.
Hallelujah. Thank God.
This product is called Make Waves, and one thing I'd like to say is that when your products are shipped, they're shipped in these beautiful, beautiful boxes.
Nice.
And this is called Make Waves. This is a clitoral simulator. And it's very beautiful. And I love how our products are so classy shaped.
Okay.
Nice and classy with the silicone.
Is there a button?
Right on the back here. Just hold it for 3 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Oh,
There you go.
That's wild.
You're right.
That's
It's
a little
waterproof.
fast.
You can use it in the tub. You can press it again to give yourself
it
a
has.
different.
Oh, it does have. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, that's even faster. Wow, you're going like Speedy Gonzalez. Oh, the pulse. What is this called?
Make Waves. You can use it in the tub.
Okay, let me turn this thing on.
I got it.
Wow.
You can use it in the tub. It has a nice silicone coating to it, and it's waterproof, so you can use it in the tub. But there's a button on the back. All of them have buttons on the
Make
back. You
Waves.
hold for 3 seconds, and you turn it off the same way for 3 seconds.
Is that USB chargeable too?
Yes, it is. The charger goes here in the bottom.
Wow.
It had every one of our products that comes with their own chargers. They're uniquely designed for that particular product.
Okay.
So this is the one for make waves, and when you get your product, it'll, in case you get, you know how we can get a few too many, right? When you get your product, it will have your USB cord labeled so that you'll be able to identify, which cord belongs to which.
I like that.
And again, it's great. And again, with the products, all you would do is take the steel part and put it into the toy, and you plug it into your USB box and charge it up. On the box, it'll tell you what to look for to identify when it has been completely charged.
Wow, definitely things are changing when it comes to these toys.
Yeah.
Definitely don't want batteries.
So if your child finds this, the most they're probably going to do is want to eat it.
Yeah.
So we do have cleaners available specifically for toys, which is our cleaning mist that we highly recommend because it will protect the integrity of your toys and help them last a long time, and also kill any bacteria that could grow from things sitting on it over a period of time.
Right.
And also, it comes in these boxes so they can be discreetly stored. But we, have gotten away from the more phallic shaped items that children can find, and they look a little classy. The children aren't really going to know what these things are if they see them. So that's a comfort zone and point to make with regard to the toys.
What would you say that your age range of women or clientele is, rather?
The highest age that I've had sell, and also these the older women, they help educate the younger women at the parties. But she was 70.
Wow.
And she was spunky too, honey, and she definitely got her groove on.
Okay.
So I was like, I need a consultation in the private room when we get back there. I want to know some things. But sex is great at every age, and it doesn't stop when you get older. So if somebody's told you that, it's a myth. Now sometimes people are right.
It is a myth.
It is a myth, but sometimes people are prohibited from a certain, sexual functions once they get a certain age, and that could be for health reasons. If you're on medications that prohibit or eliminate certain desires, but we have
Or hormonal,
exactly
dietary. If you're not, because you're vegan, right?
Yeah.
So would you say that has helped you along the way? Can you tell the difference between when you were vegan and when you did eat fish? Or what do you think it got exemplified more when you went vegan, or it's just about the same?
Not for me personally.
Okay.
Now that may be the different for someone else. It might not be the same for someone else.
Yeah.
But for me personally, no. I've always been quite comfortable in my sexuality, and I've always enjoyed it to the maximum extent.
I've always admired that about her. Totally, like the freedom. She's like Samantha from what is it called?
Sex and the City. You always tell me that.
Yeah.
I never even watched it.
I've been telling her for years to watch it.
One day I will, but I think it's going to be different for every woman, and that's the cool thing about Pure Romance, that no matter what your level of comfort, if you have a level of fear, insecurities, even if you have health problems, we do have products that can cater to your needs, whatever they are. When you're ready for that, and you might not always be ready for that, but when you are is what I'm saying.
Right.
That's what we're here for.
Awesome. So with that, where can people find you? Where are your social media handles if they want to reach out? And we'll definitely have them plugged in the details below, but where can they find you?
Okay. Well, I am on Instagram as Sister LaRica 19, and that's the number 19, or Sister LaRica on Instagram, just Sister LaRica, at Sister LaRica.
Yeah.
And then on Facebook, I'm LaRica R. Mathers. I do have on Facebook 2 private groups. I have one for men and one for women.
Right.
And the private island for women is called LaRica's Loving Self Island, because I use these products to help women get more comfortable with themselves and more acquainted with themselves in order to better love ourselves. Not saying that you need these products to love yourselves, but not saying that you don't. And then for the private island, I have that as a way to help men get gift ideas for women, and also to share with them the products that we have. Men, no messy stuff goes on the men's page though, but I do have one for women and one for men. And I love Pure Romance because it's a classy, not trashy way of educating people on sexual empowerment tools that help people get comfortable with themselves. You can also reach me by cell phone, 513-807 877-441-5275, and that'll be in the information at the end of the video.
All her handles will be in the information, her social media. Definitely reach out. And then she will probably over the next 6 months start her YouTube channel.
Yes.
And we will definitely repost so you guys can know when she's up and running. But thank you so much, LaRica. I'm super excited. I've been trying to get her on the show for months. So she came out here to celebrate my 50th birthday, and I was like, we gotta do a show. So I've been following her on her Self Island. What is it called? Loving Self Island, and she sings, she laughs. She's very joyous. You're gonna enjoy her show. Again, she has one for males, one for females. Very professional. I've been to one of her parties. So definitely book her. Do you travel?
Yes, I do travel. So if you live, no matter where you live, I'm willing to travel to you. I like road trips, so.
So how we always, before we, let our guests go, we always do this big surprise where we play a game.
Oh.
And the game is always attributable to the topic. So, you ready to play this game?
I guess so.
Okay, how it goes is you got to get 70%. Once you get 70%, you get a great prize.
Yay!
All right. And I believe there is, oh my gosh, I got 2 bonus questions on here. So,
oh my God.
You have time. You have like a chance to get 70%.
Okay. No idea. Oh my gosh.
All right. So, it's multiple choice. And again, it's about the topic.
Okay.
All right, so the song "Do Me Baby" was released originally in 1981 and re-released in 1986. Here's the rules: do not blast out the answer until I say all of them.
Okay, sure.
Give you all of the options.
Thank you.
Everybody comes on. I was like, I'm not done yet. It's also an educational piece for people to know a little bit. So I was intertwine it with. Entertainment world, Okay. So "Do Me Baby" was originally released in 1981 and re-released in 1986. Who was the original singer of the song and who released it again in 1986? A. Prince and Belle Biv DeVoe. B. Prince and Melissa Morgan. C. Prince and Maxwell.
I know Prince. I'm gonna say, is it Prince and Melissa Morgan?
Yes.
B.
Ding, 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 ding. All right, 2. What 2 classes were we in together in high school? A. English and science. B. History and drama. C. Speech and drama.
I'm gonna say speech and drama.
Yeah. Ding, 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 ding. I hope you remember that.
Yeah, I thought we were in English together, but we always met after English.
Yeah, because she was a year ahead of me, so I wouldn't, unless I was in one of her. Did you take Miss Schick?
No.
Oh yeah, she was super hard. AP class, super hard. Okay, number 3. This movie was a romantic comedy with Meg Ryan and Billy Crystal. The film raises the questions: can men and women be friends? In a classic scene, Meg Ryan discusses about faking orgasms. What is the name of this movie? All right. A. When Harry Met Sally. B. When Meg met Billy. C. When Sally met Billy.
A. When Harry Met Sally.
Do you remember that?
No, I never saw it, but I've always heard about When Harry Met Sally. Not Billy. I can't recall Billy.
4. What? So far you got 3.
Yeah.
3 straight. No X's, right? Mr. King is over here just like cracking up. He's super quiet today. What's going on? You got anything you got to say? He's like shaking his head. He's probably turning red in the face right now.
Mr. King has never really seen this version of me.
I don't know how not, because my children have. 4. What was the name of the first beer we drank when we skipped school? A.
Why, Jesus?
Coors. B. Thirsty Kings. C. Little Kings.
Oh my God. Little Kings.
Those were some good days. Good times.
Yeah, when we were drinking afterwards. Not
Yeah,
so
we were so minors. We were so minors. I don't even think we were like 16 yet, right? We were so minors. All right, 15. Yeah, we were like, we did some bad stuff. Well, fun. We have stories to tell. Yeah. Our grandchildren and great-grandchildren and great-great-grandchildren. Like, girl, you better live your life. Anyway.
Right.
All right, 5. This song was performed in 1991 by a hip-hop duo, Salt and Pepper, when the AIDS epidemic was high and talking about sex was taboo. What is the name of the song? Push It. Or, it's none of your business. B. Or, C. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Which one was that? It was released in 1981.
1981. 81?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, 91. Released in 91.
Okay.
Yeah. And the operative word is when the AIDS epidemic was high and talking about sex was
That's
taboo.
going to be C.
Let's talk about sex.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Push It was before 91.
Yes. And they were like considered like political activists for sex. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 6. How many forms of birth control are there? A. 7. B. 12. C. 9.
Pull out isn't one of the answers?
How many forms?
Oh, how many forms?
Yeah. C. A. 7. B. 12. C. 9.
How many forms of birth control are there? Oh God, I don't even know. It's 7, 9, or 12?
7, 12, 9. In that
7, 12, 9.
7, 12, 9.
I'm gonna say 12.
You are correct. Girl, you
Oh,
are on
really?
it. Yes.
Oh man,
She is
so pull
on
out is one of them, I'm sure.
Yes, so the 12 would be tubal litigation.
Okay.
Having an IUD, the implant, the shot, a vaginal ring, the patch, the pill, condoms, of course, emergency contraceptive, which means there's a new thing
Plan
called the
B.
pill, or copper pill, yep. Spermicide, the rhythm method, and withdrawal or pull-out method. So,
My
you know,
favorite.
she knows her topic. She knows her topic.
I figured there was all those. Okay, thank God.
All right, 7. What was the name of the novelty store we frequented in the mall that we got kicked out of when we were kids? A.
I know this.
Spencer's. B. 579. Or C. The Hallmark store.
Spencer's. We were laughing too much.
Wait, remember that one where we pulled up and it says, I couldn't afford you a gift, so I made you one?
Doo-doo. That's the first thing that came to mind.
That was horrible. We were always getting in trouble for laughing.
Oh my gosh.
Number 8. Okay. Sorry for this harsh voice. It is. We're literally having a blizzard here in Colorado, and the air is so dry. The weather is so dry. Okay. Number 8. This actor is known for her famous leg crossing scene, which caused a lot of controversy. This actor also made a comment and said, "People have every right to be powerful in whatever form of sexuality we choose to have, and no one is allowed to take that away from you." What is the name of the movie and the actor? Okay, A, Basic Instincts, Michelle Pfeiffer. B, Basic Instinct and Glenn Close. Or C, Basic Instinct and Sharon Stone.
C, Basic Instinct and Sharon Stone.
I cannot wait to have fun with my editor on this one. Good deal. Man, she's got 8 straight. Okay, cool. Number 9. What year was rubbers introduced as a component of condoms? 1885. I'm sorry, 1855. A. B. 1774. Or C. 1912.
I'm gonna say 1912.
Is that your final answer?
Oh.
I'm just asking.
I must have got that wrong. Then it would be, is it 1855?
What is it? Is that your final answer?
Yeah, that's my final answer.
You sure?
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
You positive?
It's They were having so many kids in the 1700s and the 1800s.
A, 1855.
Okay.
That was the introduction of rubbers being a component that they can be used for condoms.
And the doctors were probably getting tired of them hand simulators when they created the vibrator too, child. We'll talk about that one day.
Yes. And 1774 was when the infamous Giacomo Casanova wrote about the testing method of the condom. And then 1912 was the latex condom was actually introduced.
Okay. Yeah, I figured.
Okay, so far 9 and 9, very good. Number 10.
Is this the last one?
Well, this is the last one before the bonus too. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
And the bonus are just for you pretty much made your 70%. She knows her product. She knows her topic. All right, number 10. This was a 1986 romantic dramedy of an art gallery curator and a Wall Street tycoon who have lustful, willful, and sexual taboo entanglements, starring Mickey Rourke and Kim Basinger. What is the name of the film? A, 50 Shades, B, 9.5 Weeks, C, Indecent Proposal.
9.5 weeks.
Yeah.
I saw that movie.
That movie was hot. That movie was hot.
Yes, Lord.
Wow. Okay, a couple of bonus questions. Okay. 11. This film was based on the author Zane, a best-selling novel. It starred Sharon Leal, Boris Kodjoe, and Tyson Beckard. The character Zoe, played by Sharon Leal, has a perfect life, husband, family, but finds herself tormented by nymphomania. What is the name of the film? A, Addicted. B, Cruel Intentions. C, Lie to Me.
Addicted?
Yes. Did you see that one?
I think so.
I like that movie.
I think
I read
I
the
did.
book. The book was amazing.
Was it? The
Yes.
books are always a little more descriptive.
Yeah, it was
and put your-
Zane. Oh my god, I was on a Zane fix for like in I think early 2000s. I had to take a break because my brain was like,
Lord.
yeah, she can write some great. In fact, I ended up auditioning because she had the Zane Chronicles, and I was invited to audition, but I turned it down because my children were really young and they did syndicated nude, and I wasn't ready to step into that sector. Number 12. This is another bonus. This was a song released in 1982 by the late Marvin Gaye, one of your very models for this medicine. What is the name of the song?
Oh no,
Yeah, it's a bonus.
Okay.
You always say it. You always say it.
Sexual healing.
There you go. You are my first guest who got everything right and the bonus. 100%. She knows her product, y'all. Look her up. She's down here in the details. Okay, so what we do is we have our guests pick a prize. You have to open it up and let them know what you got.
Okay.
There's some cool prizes. Bigger does not mean better.
Okay.
But I know for you it does.
Okay. All right.
All right. Make sure you're happy.
One or what?
You just get one.
Okay.
Don't be greedy.
I won't. Not in this area, at least. All right. It is pure spearmint gum.
There you go.
Keep that fresh breath.
Especially when
you.
you're kissing and loving, right?
Right.
Right. Well, LaRica, thank you so much for coming on the show. But before we come on the show, I want you to give some words of wisdom, some encouragement, or something that, a theme or something that you live by for yourself to just motivate people and our viewers out there. What do you think?
Sure. Yes, thank you all for taking the time out to watch this. I really do encourage that you take some time out for yourself. It's very important in all of your giving, especially as women. We, do a lot for others, which is in our nature, and that's fine. But during life, I found that sometimes we don't always take those moments to ourselves. We need rejuvenated, and we need to do things that make us happy. So don't leave yourself out no matter what, and take some time to definitely make sure that you're right in here and you're right in here, and that you're always speaking good life and positive energy into yourself. And if you need to have that orgasm, you gotta holler at your girl.
Now you heard it first. Take the time for yourself. Put yourself first. Love yourself. And make sure you have a well-balanced life emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and loving you. Thank you so much for chiming in and sliding through. I'm LaDios Muhammad with Intimate Conversations. Remember to operate from a space of love and not fear.